Lots cooking, and this is what we wanted. Up, down, pennant fever baseball. Nothing comes easy. Amazing television and/or radio, and I'm all revved up. Good afternoon, Evan. How are you?
Oh, I love it. Angst is good. Pennant races are good. Ain't it fun?
Only when it's not your team.
Right.
For you. I love this stuff, though.
For me, not having my team in this race, while sort of depressing, is also really exciting. But I think you hit on the thing that should worry you, even if the Yankees win tonight, even if the Yankees win tomorrow night. And that's the one thing you have always felt confident about, I think most Yankee fans have, is we got Garrett Cole.
Not anymore. Not the way he pitched against the Indians, not the way he pitched last night, because while the Yankees battled back, and to their credit, you're talking about a 5-5 game, and the Yankees got clutch hits. We'll go through all that in a couple seconds here. Mm-hmm. You were counting on your ace, knowing that you're playing against their ace tonight. Mm-hmm. But we all know we saw Sale lose for the Red Sox against the Orioles. So there's no guarantee what happens tonight. But when you handicap the series, the middle game was the game the Yankees were supposed to win.
Sure.
No?
But you know what makes it worse, though, Craig? It's not just what he did last night. And he was bad. The Blue Jays attacked early. They were all over his fastball, and they had a great day against him. It's the fact that if you want to start thinking this through, he hasn't really been that good for a while. And I think in ways we've ignored it. But if you want to go back to when they announced the spider tack ban, I did, because that's what I do. He has an ERA of 3.98. That's not very good.
No.
That's not Garrett Cole. That goes back to the middle of June. If you want to go back just the last month, you want to go recency bias, since that dominating performance against the Angels, he's given up 18 runs in 26 and a third innings. Like, he hasn't been that good, and he hasn't been that good for a while. And I think at times we're fooled because he has mixed in a dominating performance. Like, he's mixed those in, and he's in the Cy Young race. So those two things made you say, Garrett Cole's fine. But when you really look deeper, Craig, he hasn't been that good for a while.
No, and they needed him to be that good last night, and he wasn't. And now listen, there's a lot to take out of last night's game that's good. Aaron Boone keeping Higgy in there, not pinch hitting for Gary Sanchez.
Did you like that, though, at the time? Be fair.
I didn't have an opinion where, oh, my God, you better put Gary in. I didn't feel that way.
I handed to Aaron Boone. I was one of many on Twitter who were thinking, what are you doing? Like, how could you keep Kyle Higashioka in this game when you have Gary on the bench? And to give Aaron Boone credit, and we will, he'll join us later, he came through.
He sure
behind
did.
In the count with a clutch base hit. That's one for Boone right there.
Yeah, because Gary Sanchez gets up later in the game and strikes out, doesn't get the job done. Not that it would have happened the same exact way, but the point is that Aaron Boone did not cost them the game last night.
No.
Joey Gallo not calling off a fly ball that's clearly his ball, and the ball dropping in is mind-boggling this time of the season. That's on the heels of the drop fly ball against the Red Sox a couple days ago. Now he does get hit on the wrist, can't bat in the ninth, blah, blah, blah. He's not playing tonight regardless, whether it's injury-based or performance-based. Joey Gallo's not in the lineup.
He makes the decision easier. We touched on it a little bit yesterday, but because the Yankees have been winning, it's like, all right, don't touch anything. Don't mess with anything. But Joey Gallo hasn't hit. Now, is he overall a really good defensive left fielder? Yes, he is. But we've seen numerous occasions where a defensive miscue, and that was on him. That's not on Gio Urshela. That's on Joey Gallo.
Call him off.
You're the freaking left fielder. You say, get the hell out of my way. I'm going to catch that baseball. So, yeah. Because of the injury, but also because of the ineffectiveness, tonight's the perfect night to sit him. They lost this game last night because of Gallo, but they lost this game last night because of Garrett Cole.
I agree.
He came up small. He put them in a hole. Give the Yankees credit. They came back, but they lost this game because Garrett Cole was subpar last night.
And here's what's amazing. Tomorrow, right to my right, in this studio, the blame poll's going to be here.
I can't wait.
Confirmed delivery tomorrow morning. It's going to be sitting right next to us, in between me and Evan. Mm-hmm. And I agree. The blame for last night, while Gallo's mistake is a big one, based on how the game played itself out, Garrett Cole put them in too deep a hole. And to their credit, I mean, they are getting clutch hits, and they're fighting back, and it's a 5-5 game before Bo Bichette hits a second home run of the night. But this is what we love. Now, I know a lot of Yankee fans like Carton, you're out of your effing mind. There's nothing about last night that I like. I woke up today pissed off because I'm a Yankee fan. I see it the other way. You know, if the Yankees won last night, the magic number is 1. And then they're sitting there and just win 1 out of your last 4 games, and the New York Yankees are a lock at that point to go to the postseason. Right, 1 game, but they're locked to be one of the 2 wild cards. It's so much more fun this way.
Yeah, but what if it doesn't end well?
It's going to end well.
You don't know that, though.
I'm loving this. I'm loving every piece of it.
Craig, baseball is a crazy game. You never know what's going to happen tonight. Obviously, the Blue Jays need to win this game. They've got the leader in the clubhouse right now for the Cy Young race, Robbie Ray, on the mound. But if the New York Yankees lose tonight, doesn't matter. They're going to go into the final weekend of the year with not just the Blue Jays breathing down their neck, but the Seattle Mariners breathing down their neck.
Good. Yeah, bring on more. Get Oakland back involved in the race, too.
Too late for that.
If the Yankees, listen, you want the Yankees to win tonight. And I told you months ago, I was looking for September up, down, up, down. Obviously, we're almost in October now. We will be by tomorrow's October 1, right?
Yes.
But this is the stuff that makes sports so awesome. Tonight, every Yankee fan, all day long today, you're going to have a little thing in your stomach, right?
Oh, you should. Tonight's monumental.
Yeah, like if you're a legitimate Yankee fan, all day long, you're probably pacing. You got that little thing in your stomach going because you have no idea what's going to happen. You're going to make plans. You're going to watch with your buddies or tell your wife and your kids or your husband and your kids. All right, everybody on the couch, Yankee baseball. NFL football's going on. Yankee baseball is number one. And there's nothing guaranteed. This is why we love sports so much. You hate this.
I do. I hate this.
I know. I love it. These are the moments that you never forget. Like, I made a mistake yesterday, and I want to apologize to the Yankee fan base.
What mistake did you make
Big Mac knows the mistake I made, and I made the mistake, and as I'm driving home last night, I called my kids up and I said, Daddy made a terrible mistake.
Can I guess?
If you want to guess. Big Mac knows what it is. Because we've already made eye contact.
And if
he knows what it is.
I'm going to be really disappointed if my guess is right. I'd be really disappointed in you.
I made a terrible mistake, and I'm so sorry.
Did you not go home last night with the lucky Yankee blue, green, pink hat?
Not only did I not bring it home last night, I never put it on my head during the show yesterday.
Not once. I interrupted Evan in the middle of speaking to make sure you were aware that at some point during the show you had to wear the hat.
I didn't.
You completely forgot.
I totally forgot.
I was going to text you last night.
Not just to put it on during the show.
Right.
I usually bring it home and I bring it back because I like the way it looks in front of me on camera.
Yeah.
I didn't wear it. I didn't touch it. I didn't bring it home.
Hold on a second. So I have to correct myself. I apologize. I am no longer blaming Joey Gallo for misjudging a pop-up with Gio Urshela.
Yeah.
And I'm no longer blaming Garrett Cole, who's been mediocre for 3.5 months. I'm blaming you.
Yeah, I go on the blame poll tomorrow.
You screwed the whole thing up.
I might have. I thought about it. When they were down, before the Higgy gets the single, the 2-run single,
right.
I'm saying to myself, these sons of bitches, I screwed them. I totally screwed the pooch. And then when they tied the game, 5-5, I'm like, whew. All right, nobody can blame me because no one will know that I'm not rocking the hat.
Right.
I got to rock the hat.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Yeah, I got to rock the hat. That one's on me.
Wow.
I didn't live up to my responsibilities.
That's egregious.
From a good luck standpoint.
Yeah.
But, I brought in the bow and arrow today. We're not going to be able to do that, but I did bring it in.
I also brought in all the bobbleheads: Thaddeus Young, Jeremy Lin, Matt Harvey.
Yeah, but we're not going to be allowed to do that for a multitude of reasons that we may or may not get to later in the show. But I do believe that I should rock the hat.
Oh, you better now.
And I will not this segment. But we will have a hat-rocking ceremony a little bit later on this afternoon.
Yeah, I was skeptical about luck and bad luck and good luck, but the fact that you didn't wear that hat and Garrett Cole's throwing batting practice a few pitches into this game, I think it's obvious that you screwed the Yankees last night.
And Garrett Cole, listen, we all know that he sounds like an idiot after games and can't put words together. But if you didn't hear what he said after the game, it'll drive you crazy. We're going to play it for you a little bit later on. But the gist of it is, glad I kept it close.
Now, you didn't keep it close,
That was the gist of what he said after the game.
You don't give up 4 runs in 3 innings and keep the game close. Credit to the Yankees, they came back, and they did it, by the way, out of nowhere. Yeah. There's 2 outs and nobody on. Barrios is throwing a perfect game, and then all of a sudden, Glaber's getting a hit, Gio's getting a hit. It was just out of nowhere. But you didn't keep him in the game. And the thing I wonder about, because I have fell victim to this, C-Mac has definitely fell victim to this. I don't know. There's always been this confidence. Just get me to the wild card game. I have Garrett Cole. Well, Garrett Cole is likely not making another start, obviously, before the wild card game unless they used him on short rest on Sunday. Do you really have that much confidence in him?
No, you can't. You can't because last night was essentially that wild card game. Game you got to win. if you want to lock up the postseason, which I think, in theory, they would have done last night. I know mathematically they wouldn't have, but that would have given them
would
a
have
little.
put them in a much better spot. Yes,
it gives them some wiggle,
yes.
a little bit of wiggle.
Yes,
and I think we all agree they would have won one in the last 4, and they're in, right? So that last night was key, and in a key moment where everybody else, literally everybody else, has played a role in this 7-game resurgence, the win streak, getting back to the number 1 spot. The one guy who gets paid more than all of them to do that didn't do it. He didn't do it against the Indians 2 starts ago. He didn't do it last night when they needed him to be at his best.
Now, in fairness, he was good against the Red Sox.
He put them in a 4-0 hole last night. What are we doing?
No, I acknowledge last night. I'm just saying in the middle of those 2 bad starts, he was good against the Red Sox. I just wonder, and maybe it doesn't matter, but why? Is it the spider tack stuff? Because he has been mediocre since then. Is it big moment he came up small? Like what's the reasoning why Garrett Cole hasn't been a dominant pitcher in 2 months?
We're going to find out because we are talking to Aaron Boone today at 5 o'clock. So if you're a diehard Yankee fan, you're not going to want to miss that. The Yankee manager exclusively with me and Evan here on the Fan. 5 o'clock, a couple hours before they try again to beat the Blue Jays. Corey Kluber versus Robbie Ray. And this is why we like sports. This is what we miss with the Giants and Jets playing meaningful games. This is what we miss. We have not had a meaningful Jet game in God knows how many years.
You're right.
The Giants' most meaningful game wasn't even with them on the field. It was a Philly-Washington game last year. The New York Mets, unfortunately, haven't played a meaningful game in a long time. Basketball is a different story. Obviously, both franchises played meaningful games this past summer. But this is why we love it. This is what drives us crazy. This is why we get bobbleheads. This is why we wait in line for autographs. This is why we talk sports 24/7. And what's going to happen tonight? Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
I completely agree with you, especially as someone that's not a fan of this team. But I don't, C-Mac doesn't look happy. Like, when I came in today.
He's miserable.
I bust his you-know-whats every single day. Like, the first thing I said to him today is, I guess we may be going to Boston. Or maybe we're not going anywhere. Maybe we're just going home. Maybe there is no game.
Evan, here's the deal. And this is how I view it. You have a 1-game lead with 4 games to play. Don't choke. That's how I view it. You're not chasing anybody. Everybody's chasing you.
Yeah.
You have a 1-game lead, 4 games to go. Don't choke.
Here's the beautiful thing that the Yankees have, and they'll have it even if they lose tonight, not with home field advantage, but in terms of making the playoffs. Everything's in front of them. They got 4 games left. Go out and win 3 of these 4 games, and that's it. And you're going to the postseason. The problem with tonight, what makes tonight dangerous, is you start to lose your margin for error tonight. Like, if you lose tonight's game, and I'm sure we'll get into tomorrow if they lose, realize that your margin for error is gone.
Yep.
Now, all of a sudden, you lose 1 game to Tampa, Toronto could tie you. Seattle could tie you. You may be looking at my dream, which is a 3 or 4-way tie. And you don't want to allow that to happen. That's why tonight in Toronto, for so many reasons, it's monstrous.
Yeah. It is.
It dictates everything about this weekend for you. You win this game, and you should feel very, very comfortable going into the weekend. But if you lose, things are tightening.
Yeah, you win tonight, you're going to the playoffs. I just think it's that simple. You lose tonight, you might as well throw it up in the air and close your eyes and hope and say a wish. I hope the birthday genie comes your way, the tooth fairy, the Easter bunny, Elijah, whatever you believe in that doesn't really exist. You better start saying it.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Santa's coming to town early. You better hope and pray that something goes your way. But I can't wait for it. We can't wait to discuss with you on the phones as well.